Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we are taking a look at the new Shikishima. What I mean by that is we are looking at the Shikishima post-commander rework. As of right now, the 10th when I am recording this, we haven't heard of any changes to Deadeye or any of the other commander skills just yet. So all the information I'm telling you, unless they go ahead and release a dev blog announcing changes to commander skills, should still be relevant up until that point. So Shikishima, I've shown a couple of clips, and I think I even showed maybe like half a match of her before, talking about the commander rework and such, and she is one of the more easier ships to tell the difference on Deadeye. I'm sorry, the difference that Deadeye makes on the ship. Just go watch any of my Shikishima videos from before the rework, which there are plenty because I loved this ship to death back before the commander rework, and you can tell the difference in how much more accurate the guns are. Now, of course, in those older videos, I'm using a full secondary build on Shikishima, so I did not have aiming systems mod 1 on the ship. However, of course, that one module won't just make the Shikishima's dispersion anywhere near as crazy as it is now, because with the module and with the commander skill, you're getting a 17% boost to your dispersion on your main battery guns, which is mental. So the Shikishima, if you don't know, the Shikishima currently has the biggest guns in the game. She has 510 20-inch guns, which, yes, that is very, very, very big, which reload in, well, if you have the reload module equipped, 23.8 seconds. Yeah, that's a pretty quick reload time too. I didn't run with the reload module, so I didn't have a 23-second reload time on Shikishima before because I went with full secondaries, which was another feature of the ship, her secondary guns. If you look there in the midsection of the ship, you'll see there's 3 turrets that are actually Harugamo turrets that reload base in 2.8 seconds. So of course you throw the modules and secondary skills on those secondaries, they get much quicker. They get down to around a 2-second reload time before adrenaline rush kicks in, and they can really pump out some shells, which they still can't pump out the shells. That hitting them, that's the other part of shooting at a target, and they can't really do that too much anymore because of course well, not just the Japanese, but every single battleship line that wasn't the German battleships did not receive the buff that the Germans got from Tier 7 up to their base secondary accuracy, which was a 22.5% buff to that accuracy of the secondary guns. And if you combine that with the new manual file for secondary skill, you can get very close to the original 60% boost you got to your secondary guns accuracy with the old manual file for secondary skill. And that is a huge just slap in the face to the Shikishima when it comes to a secondary build, because now the secondaries are insane. If you didn't see the clip from it wasn't yesterday's video, the video before yesterday, Tuesday's video, it's crazy how inaccurate the Shikishima secondaries are now. That 30% nerf, that essentially nerf that it got to its secondary guns, is completely worthless to put on anything that isn't an American secondary ship or a German battleship. It's completely worthless now, and that really hurts the Shikishima in terms of her secondary potential, which there basically is none unless you're like point blank with a battleship, and even then it's really hit or miss. But anyway, new Shikishima, which the only way you can really play her now is, well, not that you can play her, but that is an effective way to play her, is, of course, Deadeye. Just Deadeye build, that's what I'm running on her right now. I got Yamamoto on, I've got a full Deadeye build, and the modules are onto the main battery guns now, and yeah, I mean, it works. It works fantastically well, because of course, she's a sniper battleship using Deadeye. Now, it's not quite as good as Thunder, which is kind of strange when you think about it. A ship with 20-inch guns that are this accurate, by the way. I mean, look at that. Like, the shells just don't move out of the... once they come out of the barrels. Now, knowing my luck, I probably just said that, and you probably saw one of the wonky salvos, because she still does get that wonky salvo every now and then. It's not quite like the Thunder, where it's just always a perfect salvo, but more times than not, you get a really good salvo out of the Shikishima when you're using Deadeye. And of course, those 20-inch shells can overmatch 32 millimeters of armor. They don't pass any more major thresholds that the Yami shells don't pass, but they do pack a bigger punch. And I'm sure many of you have seen all the Shikishima videos I put up, where I just clip a ship with one shell, and it gets citadel for like 19,000 damage. And that is, of course, the power of 20-inch Japanese AP. So, I mean, it's still a good ship. It's just so painful that, to me especially, if you're new here or if you don't know very much about me, I love brawling. I love getting in close with battleships. Well, I used to. And I mean, you can still do with, like, the Germans, but besides them, it's kind of touch and go. And the Shikishima was this amazing ship. You get 6 20-inch guns, a Japanese high-tier battleship with viable secondaries, and then in one patch, it's gone, and now it's just relegated to a sniper, which is one of my least favorite playstyles, and I suck at aiming at long ranges. I'll be the first one to tell you that, and I'm sure you've managed to infer that from what you guys are seeing right now. And now that's the only way you can really play the Shikishima, because you can't really get in close with her, because you're just, one, giving yourself from Deadeye, and two, you don't have any secondaries to really protect you. And even though you do have 20-inch guns at close range, with the turret rotation time first off, and plus only having 6 shells, if something small and nimble comes around the corner like a DD or a light cruiser, you're kind of boned. Like, not kinda, really boned. But back in the day with the Shikishima secondaries, unless you were really just a Goomba and really messed up, the Shikishima secondaries could ward off most DDs, unless the DD was just really determined to just brush you and commit to a suicide run and take you out, and he would get taken out in the process. Because, again, those are Harugumo's turrets on there. So they hurt. They hurt quite badly when anything with light armor gets hit by them. But, of course, now you won't be hitting anything, really. And, I mean, I can't say it's a bad ship. It's just not what it used to be. Very much like the Siegfried when we looked at the Siegfried in the post-Commander rework era. The Siegfried is still a good ship. It's just not what it used to be and what a lot of people bought it for. I mean, I bought this ship for its ability to play at close to mid-range with those secondaries. And that's what she was marketed as. That's what she was sold as. And with one patch, she can no longer do that viably. I'm not talking about, I bought the ship 3 years ago, and now, because of all the changes that have been applying to that has been applied to the game, she's been power crept. It's nothing like that, which that sucks, but that's significantly less painful than a ship I had to spend 2.5 seasons worth of clan wars and 2 seasons worth of ranked steel on to get. Is just this significantly changed overnight in one patch without much testing, and we still don't know. And it is entirely possible that they apply that secondary accuracy buff to every battleship. And I would absolutely love if they would do that, because it would help bring about an end to the current very toxic meta we have at high tier, where everything's sitting in the back and just sniping each other, battleship wise at least. I mean, if you see this game right now, which I would imagine you're watching it, unless you're just listening to this, which that's fine. This is like a textbook high tier game. One team goes to one side, gets utterly crushed by the other team. The rest of the enemy team goes to the other side of the map. The friendly team that won the flank just sits there, snipes, match lasts forever. Which, when I was talking about extending the time of matches by ending blowout matches, this wasn't what I had in mind, because this is still a blowout match. It's just happening slowly over time. We've gone from a NASCAR wreck with blowout matches to like slowly watching a train derail over the course of miles and miles and miles. So that's where we are now with high tier matches. And again, this is a textbook match. I sit in the back. I don't use a heal this match, by the way, guys. I don't get damaged enough to use a heal. I know normally I hold into my heals to run that adrenaline rush for as long as I can, but this isn't the case in this match. I just legitimately don't need to use a heal this match, because I barely get shot at. And when I do, it's toward the end. And even by doing that, I still come out very well in this match. I do very well. And I just sat in the back the entire time and just blap targets. For like, as you guys can see, like 1900 damage over pins, 6,000 like partial pin here and there. Then I get like a couple of really good hits in. And that's where most of my damage comes from. Now, that is preferable to Thunderer, because Thunderer just spams HE at everything, and there's not much you can do against HE. With AP, at least, you know, it's more on you if you're getting blacked by AP than HE. But yeah, throughout all that, I played terribly in terms of team play, but because the ship's a good sniper, like the Shiki, the Yami, the Thunderer, and the Slava are, no need to put the ship in danger, and I'm rewarded quite handsomely here at the end of the match. So yeah, that's what high tier is like. And Shikishima, if you're looking for a ship that can do that, then yeah, she's your ship. She's a still ship, of course, so it will take quite some time to save up the still for her. And again, that's why all these changes make it really painful to me, at least. Because if this is what the ship was like, I probably wouldn't have bought it in the first place. Well, obviously, because of the channel, I would have. But if the channel wasn't anything, I probably wouldn't even be worried about getting her if I knew this is what the ship was going to be like. Not even 4 months after I got her. I would say barely that, because I got her, what, like July, August-ish? And then we're in February, and she's completely a different ship. And it's not like I built her to be different. It's because my other build is just not even worth building into now. I'm kind of forced to do this, or a tank build. I guess you could do a tank build, and that it would be an okay tank, but you have to be close to tank, and the Shikishima is no longer good at medium to close range. So, yeah. But anyway, that Shikishima, she's still a very good ship, just a very different ship. Not a playstyle that I like, and it's kind of sad because I love the sound effect of the guns. You guys know that. And I probably won't be playing her too much anymore because I hate this playstyle. It's incredibly boring to me. So, yeah, that's the new Shikishima now. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. When I went out to 25,000 subs, just passed 22,500 a few days ago, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.